Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do something that was easy for everyone to do. I like to try to think of outside of the box, like how do I make a popular hairstyle, something that you see on Instagram, something that you see on Pinterest, something that you see on YouTube, you see on Tumblr, something like that. How do we make that as easy as possible for somebody? Now for me, like braiding is like nothing, like I can easily do it, and maybe for the next person they can braid very easily as well, but for some people braiding just doesn't work. They can't seem to figure it out. They can't figure out how to get the texture in it. It just doesn't work for them. So I figured I'll do a look where everything's basically elastics. You have to wear the hat with it. I just paired it with the hat. I think this look actually looks great without hats, but like I said, it's getting to that time of year where it's gonna snow and it's gonna be cold, and why not have cute hair under our hats? Anyway, so let's jump into the tutorial. What you're gonna need is a texturizing spray, maybe some dry shampoo, and you're gonna need some clear elastics and possibly a comb. Pretty simple, pretty easy. So let's jump on into the tutorial. Okay, so this hair is the last tutorial I did. If you want to know how to get these kind of textured waves, I actually have quite a few videos on it. It isn't necessary when you're going to be braiding your hair to have like curl in your hair, but I actually do think like by your second, third day of hair, if you do have some like curl or just some lived in texture, it adds to the style of the braid. So I would highly recommend you prep your hair to texturize it, or to add some curl, either or, but you can wear this style no matter what, even if you have straighter hair. So because I'm gonna put a hat on after, and this is like more hat hair kind of thing, if I do go somewhere and I want to be able to take my hat off, I don't want all my dirty oils to just sit under there and brew, and then you get this like crazy hat head. First thing with dry shampoo. Now I would use this, but there's still stuff in it. It's not working and I don't know why. Anyways, so any dry shampoo will do. It'll just help to suck up the oils and give you a little bit of volume throughout the day. If you do end up taking your hat off, because you have the dry shampoo in there, you'll be able to kind of just, you know, rough it up a little bit. Don't have curls, or if you do, it's totally up to you. If you just want to leave your hair just kind of like second, third day and just like tousled and it's straight, whatever you want to do. But I would recommend adding a texturizing spray into it, just because it will give it a little bit of grit. Are the ones that I did in my last video. This is actually like the second time I've worn my extensions, and it's just a little bit more lived in. I've just straightened the top because I mean I feel like there's not really much point of kind of curling really up there because you're gonna wear a hat. So I'm just gonna spray some of this in, and this is the Amika Undone Texturizing Spray. This smells amazing. Not going to like separate the back perfect. I want it to be really messy. I want this top section here to fold over my extension. I don't want that shown, so I really don't want too much of a part there. So I'm just gonna kind of pull it. I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna make it like super perfect. I think it looks better when it's not. It adds to that lived-in style. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to take this side. Now you can brush this out if you like to. If you have a lot of tangles in your hair, definitely give it a brush. I actually am trying not to brush it because I really want to keep all the separation that's already in there and the texture. So, and definitely if you have curlier hair, definitely if you're wearing your hair straight, it adds to it as well. So I'm just going to part my hair into two sections, and I'm going to knot it. The first thing I'm going to do is knot it and knot our hair. So now we have a knot. There's no rhyme or reason, just kind of knot it and just make a knot. And you're just going to pull it through, or a half knot, because you're just going to pull it through one time. And then I'm going to grab one of my little elastics and I'm going to tie it. And then I'm going to pull that up a little bit and we will pull this knot out after. Next thing I'm going to do is take another elastic. I did another elastic about a couple of inches lower, and I'm just going to slightly tug on it for now. We're going to mess this up a little bit more now, but I just want a little bit more after, but I'm just kind of like tugging at it, and this is going to create a bubble. So this is going to make this easy peasy, super user friendly. And this is for those people that like literally like braiding your hair just doesn't work. If you have lots of layers and you're trying to do braids, sometimes it just doesn't work. Okay, so now we've done our bubble, and like I said, about a couple of inches down depending on your length of hair. I'm going to take this one piece here on one side and one piece on the other, and we're just going to attach those, and we're going to tie an elastic. And you can pull that apart just a tiny bit. Again, I want like people to leave it because we're going to do more with it after. And all these little pieces I'm going to try to tuck more to the back. So if you do have shorter pieces, try to tuck those off to the back and work on the longer pieces. You're going to, like I said, I have some layers even in the extension, so that's why I'm getting those pieces. And then we're going to take 2 more pieces, one from either side, and join them together and kind of tug at that as well. A hair, try to find the longest pieces if you can that are off to the side, and then tuck the shorter ones, just because when we pull it out, you don't want all those short pieces to fall out, so the longer ones are better. Again, pulling 2 together and tying an elastic just around those 2 pieces. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tug at the bottom a little bit and move that up, and we're gonna take another 2 pieces. So I'm gonna stop there because I'm starting to run out of hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck these little pieces that I have layers. I'm going to tuck those back there with a bobby pin in a second. So this is my last piece. I'm going to just tighten that up, and then I'm just going to slowly start to pull it apart. Now you want to use just like your tips of your fingers, even just your nail, because you just want to pull apart the littlest, tiniest bits of hair. And this is just gonna give it that really cool, like lived in vibe. And I'm just gonna grab all of this hair and I'm going to wrap elastic around it to hold everything into place. And then I can take that one out and we can play around with that at the end. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a bobby pin and all these little kind of baby like short layers, I'm just going to bobby pin them down in the back, and you won't even see that. And then we're gonna work, I'm gonna spray a little bit more texturizing spray up here, and then we're gonna just start to slowly pull our bubble apart. Just little pieces, making it look really messy and lived in. And are not. First braid. Now I'm going to do it again on the other side, and I'll probably just put it to music again, speed it up. But basically there's no braids in there, it's just all hair ties and everything, so I think it's like super easy. I'll do the other side and speed it up with music, and then I will show you the finished look. actually liked the way it looked when I just finished off the one elastic and I didn't tie elastic around the leftover hair. I kind of just think it looks a little bit more piecier that way and actually like that better. So I decided to leave it like that instead of tying the elastic around the whole end piece. You can if you want to, but I just decided that that's how I wanted to do it. So I undid the elastic that was holding this piece. Is basically the finished look. Again, like at this point before you put the hat on, I would go in with some dry shampoo or some texturizing spray, which I'm gonna do now. Just grab your favorite hat. This is just a black hat from Ardeen, I believe we have in Canada. I don't think it's anywhere else, but we have it in Canada, and it has like buttons on the back. I love it. It's so cute, and it's perfect for the winter. Perfect for the winter weather, because in Canada, it's freaking cold. I hope that this works out for you guys. I hope this makes it easy, and I hope you liked this tutorial. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.